Folks, I'm gonna wait. The return of I'm gonna wait investing is back. We're gonna talk a little about that. You know what? It feels good to be back in this location. I know it looks a little different. So here's what happened. When I went to Collecticon, I cleared all the shelves off, put it into safes, and I haven't had enough time. I've been lazy, whatever you want to call it. I haven't reset everything up. So before I made this video, I pulled some stuff out, threw it on the shelves to make it look somewhat decent. But don't worry, we will get the background back eventually. Appreciate your guys' patience. I know we've been doing a lot of videos at the other location in front of the PC, but I wanted to set up in here because we need to have a long form conversation about the market and changes that are happening, and also some things that you may not want to wait on, especially in early Scarlet Violet. I'll explain to you. So let's start out with that. There are a lot of people holding on to hope right now of massive reprints and restocks. And I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter. And I'm not trying to push you to buy anything. I'm explaining to you why it doesn't matter. A lot of people are holding on to hopes of a 151 reprint going into the holidays or even before it goes out of rotation in April. Or they're holding on to these massive Paldean Fates restocks that are supposedly on the way. They're holding on to hope of maybe a Paldea Evolved reprint. And I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter. And not in the fact it doesn't matter that you may be able to find cheaper prices from now until April. Either if we get a reprint or we don't, everyone, and I mean everyone in the entire hobby, will all come together and agree at that point. They'll all say, this is the last chance. So whether we get or don't get product, it's going to be your last chance to get these sets. 151, Paldean Fates, Paldea Evolved, etc. at these prices. And if we do get a 151 restock reprint, Paldean Fates, Paldea Evolved, whatever it is, you may be able to find stuff a little cheaper. You're going to be able to buy some discounts, 100%. We may see 151 packs drop to $10. Who knows? But at that point, everyone out there will all agree this is my absolute last chance to get this for a long-term hold. And so it'll likely rebound the prices substantially right away. And then if we don't get massive supply and April comes along and it goes out of rotation, the same thing's going to happen. Everyone's going to want to buy. They're going to realize, okay, I've been bamboozled. Everyone promised me all these reprints. They're not coming. They didn't come. I got to buy. This is my last chance. It's now or never. And it's still going to send the prices up. And the same thing goes for Sword and Shield right now, guys. A lot of people are worried about this downturn. This is a massive sale. Lost Origin is on sale. Chilling Reigns on sale. Evolving Skies, there were some sales ending around $2,000. That is a crazy sale on Evolving Skies. And a lot of people right now are really going to be upset with themselves in a year from now when they're like, what happened to all those prices, right? Because corrections don't last forever. And the fact that a lot of these prices are now stabilizing tells you they've kind of given back what they're going to give back at this time. Not saying they're going to rise tomorrow, but it's unlikely we're going to see massive price corrections from Sword and Shield further than they already are. In my opinion, we'll probably see times of stagnation before slow growth and then probably more intense growth at some point. And so Sword and Shield, I don't think it's time to, I'm going to wait, right? Early Scarlet Violet era, you could say I'm going to wait. Maybe we get some good restocks that give you a better entry point. Maybe we don't. But from now until April, no matter what price point or what you wait for, you're going to want to get those products. You're going to want 151. You're going to want Paldean Fates, etc. So that's my feeling on that. No matter what happens, reprints, restocks, it's not going to matter. Everyone's going to be on the same page. That is going to be the last chance, whether we get it or don't. Now, for the brand new stuff, Phantasmal Flames. I'm going to wait. Charizard Ultra Premium Collections in Phantasmal Flames. I'm going to wait, right? All of these brand new sets that are getting released, the market has now shifted back. And I already know what all the Timmies are going to say in the comment section. I already know. Guys, I got you figured out. I know we lack critical thinking skills on YouTube. Everything's, all hyperbolic. That's fine. Alex, 6 months ago, you said to buy immediately. 6 months ago was a very different market, Timmy. Did we not learn from Destined Rivals? I'm going to wait, Alex. I'm not paying $240 a box. That's a ripoff. Destined Rivals is still almost $400 a box. Do you really think you're going to get a better entry point? Maybe you do. Maybe you prove me wrong. It's unlikely at this point. It's unlikely. I'm just going to say it. They put Destined Rivals packs and all these other products. They've got the Destined Rivals pack price down quite a bit to where it's getting affordable. But the boxes are still staying where they're at. And so a lot of the boxes back in the last, I would say, 10 to 12 months, it wasn't the right move to wait. It was the right move to buy, and then everything was rising after release, right? That's why I was preaching that. Next set came out. I would buy it at pre-release. If you get a chance, next set would come out. I'd buy it at pre-release. And that advice has been right every step of the way. But now people are going to say, Alex, you're switching up. Why are you doing this? Are you losing confidence? Not losing any confidence. It's just not the right play anymore. It is not the right play to buy these things at release. Phantasmal Flames. It's already at $270 after release. It's been doing nothing but coming down after pre-release. And we don't even have the second wave yet. In my opinion, if I had to put a number at what point I would say it's time to buy, I would say I'd be looking for like $225 a box. $225 a box feels like a good price point to start acquiring Phantasmal Flames. I got that price because, one, it doesn't have a box topper like Mega Evolution, okay? Mega Evolution started out in the 300s and it stayed there until the second wave hit. Then it dropped in like the 250s, 260s. I think now it's eroded down to the 240s, but it's still holding up relatively well. But again, it's got a $20, $30 box topper. Whereas Phantasmal Flames, a lot of people don't like the set. Obviously, everyone loves the Charizards, but it's probably going to go a little bit lower than Mega. And so in my opinion, I think that sounds about right. Will it go lower down to, 210, 200? I don't know. Maybe. People think it's going to go all the way to MSRP. I think that's a little crazy, but there's other people that think it's not going to drop below 250, which I think that's a little crazy to the upside. So that's kind of my take on that. The Charizard UPCs, there's still talks of Costco getting a massive wave of them. I did a podcast yesterday with Pokemart USA. Eli said his second wave of Charizard UPCs that is confirmed by his distributors, he's getting them, is actually larger than his first wave. Larger than his first wave. Meaning, we're going to get a whole lot more of these Charizard UPCs, and the price is already at what, 175, 180. In my opinion, I think it's going to go quite a bit lower. I'm going to wait on those as well. Hopefully down into like the low 100s would be a good pickup in my opinion. MSRP is 120. If you can find them at MSRP eventually, I think that's a very safe play at that point, especially if you're holding long term, judging from what the other Charizard UPC did. Took some time, but it got there. And so, I'm going to wait on that type of stuff. But like, guys, the mid Scarlet Violet era stuff, it's a crapshoot at this point. Honestly, it's a crapshoot because we've been told this entire year, you guys know, we've been told the entire year how we're going to get all these reprints, right? Oh, Alex, Paldea Evolved and Obsidian Flames is getting a reprint. Oh, Alex, 151's getting more reprints coming. Paldea and Fates is getting reprints. We've heard about these reprints all year. We've gotten trickles of like packs in boxes and tins here or there. Some vending machines got some product here or there, but there's been no real big reprints. And so if we get to April and not much comes in terms of the first block, I think that's going to put a lot of pressure on a lot of that rhetoric and those rumors out there. And a lot of people are going to start kind of not listening. A lot of people are going to come to grips with the fact, wait a second, we got bamboozled due to content creators wanting to make content and get views and engagement. We probably shouldn't be waiting on everything anymore. And it'll probably start to spur sales again of Temporal, Twilight, Stellar, Surging, maybe Shrouded, maybe not Shrouded, but definitely Prismatic. I think that second block of Scarlet Violet is really going to ramp up in sales volume when the first block goes out of print next year, when people realize, wait a second. So Pokemon's still behind. We're actually getting news that Yu-Gi-Oh! Releases are being pushed back because Millennium Print Group is backed up on Pokemon and their delays. So now it's affecting other TCGs that also print there. We can't even get full sets released on time. We're getting Phantasmal booster boxes, then ETBs have to be delayed. We're getting waived releases. The next set, Ascended Heroes, that's going to be released in like tons of different waves. We're not even getting most of the main products that release. It's going to be very scarce. But I'm to believe that there's going to be massive reprints that are going to affect all these sets. Like at some point, people are going to call BS and they're going to say, yeah, I'm probably just going to buy and I'll go ahead and deal with the reprints if and when they come. But I think the more time goes on, people are going to get more wise to this and they're going to realize, wait a second, I don't think they can print all this stuff into the ground the way we're being told. And so that's kind of what I'm doing going forward, guys. I'm still looking to pick up any of these Sword and Shield deals that are out there. The early Scarlet Violet era stuff, I already have good positions because I've bought from the beginning. I didn't wait. But if for some reason we do get some pullbacks on some of these sets that are rumored to have, restocks coming, 151, Paldean Fates, I will absolutely be buying into that pullback if any of those products pull back 100%. And then I am still waiting on Phantasmal Flames. I have a couple cases that I put on the shelf just from, what I got from, either Eli, Pokemon USA's distribution program where I got a distro price, or any, cases that I got, like I got another case cheap. But otherwise, I'm not doing it right now. I'm going to wait. I'll pick them up when they go lower. Charizard UPCs, I don't own a single one. I'll pick those up when they go lower. And we'll kind of go from there, and we'll see how, the next set after that, the next set after that goes. But as long as the market is going to shift back to more of this style, I don't think there's a rush anymore, guys. I think we're back to the point where you don't have to rush and buy at release. And I think that's a change. I 100% agree with everybody. That's a change from what I've been talking about on the channel for the last however many months. That's because the market's changed again. Guys, as the market changes, you have to change with it. And that's just where we're at. So hopefully this video helped everyone out, make some good decisions going forward. This is what you've been waiting for. Things are on sale. These are the pullbacks you've been waiting for when you said, I can't wait until there's buying opportunities. This is it. You are going to experience buying opportunities. The TCG player sale, I talked about that in the last video, right? 10 to 15% off, depending if you've been a TCG player subscriber or not. But I think it's still like 10 to 13%, even if you just sign up. 10 to 13% cash back on purchases all of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whatever weekend. That's a good amount of cash, especially if you're buying products that are already beat up and on sale to begin with. Buying opportunity. Again, any holiday releases that are rumored to be coming, buying opportunities, right? Any of these new sets that get their second waves, third waves, and they have significant price drops, buying opportunities, right? Take advantage of the opportunities when they're there, because I promise you, if you don't, you're going to be wishing you did when they're gone. So that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be back in a new one soon. We're out.